Hi everyone, Narelle here, and welcome to my little channel about cross stitch. And I'm back with a WIP parade. Now I haven't done a video for 6, 7, 8, 9 months, something stupid like that. I sort of just lost momentum and I didn't feel like doing videos. But I'm back and I thought I will start with a WIP parade because it's been a while. And I've worked on stuff and finished stuff and started new stuff, and I don't know where I was in the last video, what I had shown, what WIPs I had shown, and I didn't have time, or more like I couldn't be bothered going back and having a look at where I was in the last video and what I had shown you, etc. So I thought, well, if I start from a clean slate now, showing you the WIPs that I've got and my completed projects, and then we'll carry on from there. And I don't know how regularly I'll be back. I can't guarantee it will be weekly. I can't guarantee it'll be fortnightly or monthly. Could be very ad hoc. I do try to stitch each night, which means I should have progress to show each week, but sometimes I stitch on the one project a week. And then it's like, well, if I did a video then, all you're going to see is the one project and it'll take less than 10 minutes. So I thought, well, that's not really much of a video, is it? So I guess I'll come back when I think I have enough progress on enough projects to share. I guess that's what's going to happen. So anyway, it is what it is, and that's what's going to happen. All right, so what I'm going to do first off is stop this from blowing away because I do want to talk about that later. Show you my finishes. Now, some I know are recent, some I don't know whether I have shown at all, but there's not that many really. I had a huge break. So if you're new to this channel, I live in Brisbane, Australia, and I had a huge break in cross stitching for 20 odd years, like everyone normally does when they raise kids and family and all the rest of it. Came back to it in either 2018 or 2019. I had given away a lot of my kits that I had from when I stitched when the kids were little, before I moved in 2017. So when I decided to, because I hadn't stitched them, like I had had these kits for a long time and I hadn't touched them. So I gave a lot of them away, and then I packed a few, the ones that I really loved or had a connection to, but I didn't have any, well, I was going to say I didn't have any WIPs, but I did have a few, but I hadn't stitched for 20 odd years. So then come, I think it was 2018, 2019, I felt like I needed to start stitching again. I just wanted to do something. So I went to Spotlight and picked from their really small selection a kit. Then I found YouTube and stitch shops online and stuff like that. So my stash has grown enormously in that sort of 5 years, so nearly 6 years. Anyway, so what I'm going to show you is finishes, and that's actually my daughter's finish. So oh, hang on, I do have one. So my daughter's 18 and recently showed an interest in cross stitch, and then recently did not show an interest in cross stitch. So I don't know whether she's going to keep going or what's going on. But anyway, her first cross stitch was this cute little bird. And sorry about the lighting, it may be really glary on the bottom. I've got my 2 desk lights on, and they are daylight bulbs from when I used to do lots of paper crafting, and I liked it bright. So I don't know what it's going to be like for cross stitching, but we'll see. But anyway, she picked this bird as a Christmas ornament out of a magazine, and I don't know which one, but I am really proud of her. That is her first stitch, so I think that is amazing for her very first stitch, very first time picking up a needle and thread and doing cross stitch. And I think that's on 16 or 18 count Ada. So I'm very proud of her. And a few years ago I joined in, and I don't know the lady's name or her Instagram account now, but it was 12 ornaments in a year or something. 12, I can't remember what the hashtag was, but the idea was to do a cross stitch ornament a month, and then at the end of the 12 months you'll have 12 ornaments for your tree. And I apologize if I'm looking in the wrong spot. I do try to look in the camera, but it's very distracting when you can see yourself talking to yourself. So it is what it is, and you know. Alright, so this is my one and only ornament that I did. I was really gung-ho on, yes, I can do 12 ornaments in 12 months. That's not a problem. 1 ornament a month. Yeah, well, I did 1. And that's it. And that was a few years ago now. So all the stuff I'm mentioning, if I remember, and if I can find the information, I will put links below, or shout outs, Instagram accounts, things like that below, if I remember. Alright, so the next one I'll show you is my first finish since I came back to cross stitching. And this is from a Country Threads, and I'm sorry, but nothing's ironed. And let me get a board behind this. 1 second. Ow! Oh, I got a really bad muscles in my right arm, and that really hurt. So I can't show you all of it. My board's not big enough. But this is from Country Threads, and I do have. It's called Floral Rainbow. And that's the cover picture. Country Threads Floral Rainbow. And this is my completed cross stitch. It's not ironed, sorry. And I haven't framed it yet. I'm going to do the framing myself, and it's really hard to see it and show you what I'm seeing. I can't see anything if I get too close. So that was my very first finish, and I love this piece. I love flowers. It's my ultimate favorite thing is flowers. So that was a joy to stitch. I loved that. My next finish, I did my very first temperature tree or temperature chart for 2022, and I did the temperature tree from Stitch and Mummy, and she's on Etsy, and I will link her shop below. But you can see we had a very mild summer and a very mild winter, so my tree doesn't have a great deal of colour in it. So you can see the winter in the middle, because we're in the southern hemisphere, so we start the year with summer. The top of my tree is our winter months, and in Brisbane it's very, very mild. And then we finish off the year again heading into summer. So and then down the bottom I added the what do you call it, the range of temperatures. So I'm sorry, the lighting's really bad, isn't it? Oh, now it's really glary. I do need to fix that. So you can see the range of temperatures down the bottom. Right, see, this filming is not easy. I don't know how the pros do it. Geez, lots of years of experience, I guess. Plus I'm doing it at night in my office, and you can probably hear my dog barking in the background. So I think next time will be in natural light, and you can see my mess in my office around me. Ignore it, okay? Please ignore it. Here's another one that I finished. This is a Dimensions Gold kit, and I had this one on the go. I think I started it December 18 or December 19. It was a Christmas Day start, and it took me longer than it should have to finish it. And when I got around to finishing it, I just wanted to get it done, over and done with. Even though I loved it, it had been around for too long, and I fell out of love with it. But I still love the total, like the finished thing. What I did though with the ribbon, I got lazy, and you're meant to thread it under the flowers. Yeah, well, that didn't happen. I got really lazy, and I just went straight across. So, and I also took lots of liberties with back stitching. I think I was in that frame of mind that I just wanted to not see this again. I didn't want to stitch on it again. So yeah, I took a lot of shortcuts and made up my own back stitching in the flowers and the vines and things. And then when it came to put this gold ribbon on, I just went, oh, seriously, I'm not doing that. So I just tacked it around, and you know, when it's in a frame and on my wall, people are going to go, oh, that's really beautiful. I don't get visitors anyway, so who's going to see it? Anyway, my husband, when he comes into the bedroom, and he won't even notice. I'll put it up, I can guarantee you. I'll frame it, put it up, and it'll take him like 3 years to notice there's something different on the walls. Man. Alright, my next finish, this was, actually that's my most recent, so I'll show that last. Then my next finish, or this could have been before the roses, was Dimensions, and I think it was a Night Before Christmas. So this is a finish. I love Christmas. I have a lot of Christmas stitching, or a lot of stash to stitch of Christmas. Not that many on the go. Love, love, love this. So this was a kit, and I can't remember when I started it. I think it was 2019 or something like that. It wasn't that long ago. So that is that one. Love that. So all these I plan on framing myself. I don't have the money to get them professionally framed. So I've watched quite a few videos on how to lace projects and things like that. So I'm going to hit a lot of the op shops around the area and take my measurements so I know what size frames I'm looking for, and hopefully frame them all myself. Now this is my most recent stitch. I don't celebrate Halloween, but I love some of the patterns. This was from a magazine. I think it was Just Cross Stitch magazine, 2020, 21, something like that. And I fell in love with this pattern. Oh, that light is atrocious. I don't know how to fix that. What if I turn this one off? Is that too bright with that one? Is that better? Now I'm in the dark. Oh my Lord. I probably should have tested this. That's a little bit better. So that's my Halloween one. I really love that. So yeah, that is for Magazine Monthly Challenge. It's a Facebook group run by Carolyn Zook and Robin Hall, and I've been in the group since they started, but I very rarely actually stitch for magazines for some reason. I have lots of them, and I have digital subscriptions, but yeah, I just don't think to look in them for patterns. So I do occasionally participate in the group, but not as often as I would like to. But I really loved this, and like I said, I don't celebrate Halloween. A lot of us don't in Australia, but I love this pattern, and I really love how it came out. So this will definitely be framed, and I think it's going to go on a wall somewhere, not like all year round, not just for Halloween, because we don't decorate for Halloween or anything. We don't even have lollies when the kids do trick or treat come around. So, you know, lollies at our house. Anyway, so they're my finishes. I'm just going to pause for a second. Okay, so now let's get on to all my WIPs. I don't know how many I have, but when I started this year off, I was going to do WIP Go, all the magazine monthly challenges, lots of other things. There was a yearly calendar thing where you choose something like a series that goes for a year. It has 12 parts and you stitch a part a month and all that. And I had this great big long list of things I was going to do, like semi-sane stitches and full coverage stitches and all this sort of stuff. And I started for the first week and I was going insane trying to make sure I touched all the projects I needed to for all these different challenges. And then I lost the enjoyment out of it, and I went, no, stitching's meant to be fun and meant to be enjoyable, so why was I doing this to myself when I really didn't need to? So what I did was, on my phone, the Tiny Decisions app, I made a wheel with all my current WIPs, and I thought, well, I have a lot of WIPs, so why don't I try and get all them done this year and make like a year of WIPs to get as many of them finished so that I can start new stuff. So that was the idea, and I pretty much did that up until last week, and I had no new starts, and I was letting the wheel decide what I was going to stitch for the week, and it was going great. And then I saw someone, and I've forgotten who they are, sorry, off the top of my head it's gone. Two ladies on Instagram were going to do a sale for a chart that I loved and I have and I've wanted to stitch forever. So I thought, well, I'll jump in on their sale, which meant a new start. So what it is, let me get all the parts out. It's from Silver Creek Samplers, and it's the Sing a Sampler series. So it's the song from Sound of Music. I love that movie. It's one of my top 10 favorite movies ever. So when they saw they were doing a sing-along, when a sing-along, they don't want me singing. A stitch along, I have to be in it, is what I said. So I started last week. So there's part 1. Doe, a deer, and Ray, a drop of golden sun. Part 2 is me, a name I call myself, and far, a long, long way to run. Part 3 is sew, a needle pulling thread, and la, a note to follow, sew. And then part 4 is, I've lost part 4, part 4. Tea, a drink with jam and bread, and that will bring us back to dough. So, love these. So I started these, and I'm doing them a little bit differently. I saw someone had posted a picture in the chat of the stitch along. They had put them as stacked, which meant 2 parts on top, 2 parts on the bottom, rather than the one long skinny piece of fabric, and that appealed to me better than a long skinny piece. So this is my start. I've still got my needle thread on there, my needle holder, because I do have thread still in my needle. So I'm trying to get this lighting right, and it's really bugging me. So there is my start. So I'm up to the last section of part 2, and I'm using the called for colors in DMC. I think the chart has Weeks, Dye Works, and something else, and I just decided to convert them to DMC, and I am loving that so far. So that is what I have stitched for the last week, and coming into this week I have done no stitching. I actually haven't stitched since last Thursday. Isn't that terrible? Friday night, I can't remember what I was doing, but I normally stitch in a night. So I have my own business that I do during the day, which I'll come to later, but this could be a hint. Okay, see this? This is a hint about my business. Yeah. Okay, so I do that during the day, and then I stitch of a night after dinner. Hubby works night, so he gets home at 11 p.m. No, about 11:30 gets home. So then he doesn't want to go to bed straight away, so we sit up till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. So I stitch from after dinner, so from about 7 o'clock till 2 or 3 a.m. That's my stitching time, which is quite a big chunk of time. And that is what I've been working on. Thursday was the last time I stitched. I don't know what I did Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I didn't put a stitch in. I don't know what I was doing, but wasn't stitching. Okay, so then our next WIP is a Country Threads one. The Lars by the water pump. Love this. I call these birds Josies, and the reason is I had an uncle growing up, Uncle Ken, who was a truck driver, and I'm pretty sure this is the story. Well, this is the story as I remember it. I could be wrong. He found one injured or something on the side of the road somewhere, so he picked it up, brought it home, nursed it back to health, and it became the family pet, and he called her Josie. And so that's why I call these birds Josies. I love them. They're an Australian native, and they're just beautiful, beautiful birds. And this bird was trained when he used to work on cars and stuff. I remember it used to go and get spanners and stuff out of the toolbox. It was amazing. Loved it. This is my start, and again, I think I've been working on this. Well, when I worked on it last, I worked on it for like a week. So that's my progress. Love it. Just love it. Love these birds. So pretty. So, and that's just on the kit fabric, which appears to be an 8er, but it's a really soft, beautiful 8er. I think it's on, I don't know if it tells me. And I'm really bad at remembering, yeah, it's 8er, but I'm really bad at remembering what fabric and stuff I use, because I don't tend to worry about what fabric, like I know everyone has their preferred type of fabric they stitch on. I haven't tried the really high counts, like a 40 counts or 32 counts, anything like that really. I don't know what to do with these now. Yeah. Where do I put them all? I didn't think of that. Hang on a minute. Alright, I'm not very organised, as you can tell. Okie dokie, next one is quite a big one. And you'll see all the project bags are mine that I have made. Now, before I go any further, I will talk about the project bags. I have I should stop saying and I say so a lot. So I'm sorry about that. So anyway, it is what it is. Okay, I have a Etsy shop called Simply Narelle, and I make project bags, needle minders, grime guards, the odd cross stitch pattern, all sort of needlework or cross stitching accessories. So all the bags that I have for all my WIPs are what I made. Now normally they are rejects that don't make it to the shop. So it'll be, except for this one, I love this fabric and I love roses, so shabby chic type of thing. So I had to keep this one. But normally if they're really crooked or there's something wrong with the seam or the lining didn't catch properly at the top inside or the label is really crooked or something just went wrong with the bag, I am only human and I am only self-taught, so things can go wrong. When that happens, I either sell them as a second on the shop or I keep them for myself. So I do have a lot of projects that are not in bags yet, so not many of them have made it to the shop as seconds. They've all been, oh well, I'll have that one. Anyway, so the other thing going along with that is I have a monthly club called Project Bag of the Month Club, and what it is a full fabric bag like this. So it's got a coordinating zipper, a full fabric bag, all the same material. Inside will be a different material. So this one has a beautiful floral inside. They are a 12 by 12 inch bag. So this is my standard bag, which is smaller. So this is normally 12 by 9.5 or 10 or whatever. Something around that size is my standard bag. The club bags are 12 by 12, so a little bit deeper. And the club is a 6-month commitment, and you just sign up or purchase the listing on Etsy, and then I invoice every month for the next 5 months, for months 2 through to 6. I'll send you a PayPal invoice for those months. Each month you get an exclusive project bag. Now the fabric I use for the club, those bags, if there's any left over, will not be seen, and that fabric will not be used for anything else I sell in my shop for at least 6 months. So after your commitment to the club is finished, then, or after that 6 months from then, when that bag was in the club, that fabric won't be used, or those bags won't be sold on my store. So it's an exclusive bag for 6 months. A lot of the times the clubs are sold out, depending on how much fabric I can get. Sometimes you get extra, but most of the time the club's sold out, so you won't normally see those bags again for sale. It's only a club exclusive, and you don't know what I'm choosing in the club. I just choose the fabric that I like, really. So if you have the same taste as me, yeah, you're fine. And I don't stick to celebrations or occasions. So Valentine's Day, for example, February most likely will not be a hearts bag. It'll be whatever fabric I want to choose for February, really. The only exception is Christmas. I do tend to do a Christmas themed bag in December, but that's the only one that I do that's themed. If you want to join my club, or you're in my club and you don't want a Christmas bag, then I can provide you a separate bag that's not Christmas themed. But do know that the things you get along with the bag every month, like the needle minders, they will be the same theme as the Christmas bag. So it just would not be worth my while that if you didn't want the Christmas bag, I'd have to make you a separate needle minder, a separate cross stitch chart, all that stuff that goes along with it. It would not be feasible. Okay, just so that you know. So if you go to my Etsy store, look for this listing, Project Bag of the Month Club. It is $40 to join, and you get Each month is $40 plus postage, because Australia Post is expensive, and I'm not going to absorb that cost of postage. I just can't do it, sorry. Each month you get the project bag, a skein of thread, a needle minder, an exclusive cross stitch chart that is only for that club, and I'm going to give you a really sneak flying peek of April's that I have ready now. I don't even know if you saw it. Yeah, there you go. That's what you're getting. That's April's. The needle minders are ready to go, so here we go. That's what you're getting. So April's is ready to go. There is still openings, but yeah, so that's the project bag of the month club. Anyway, I probably botched up that explanation, but it is what it is. Okay, that's one of my favourite sayings. It is what it is. Now I've got that spiel out of the way, I will link my Etsy shop below, obviously. Next one I'm doing, my first full coverage ever, Stitching Shelf, Heaven and Earth Designs, original artwork by Amy Stewart. Love this, love, love, love this. My very first full coverage, and I didn't know what I was getting into when I said I'd do this. This again is part of a sale, but I am loving it. And since I started this one, I have bought quite a few Heaven and Earth full coverage designs. Crazy, but this is where I am. Look at that, I love it. Oh, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of confetti. This is on 18 count white Ada. It's not gridded. I grid it myself as I go, just with a lead pencil, because it's going to get covered anyway. But there you go. So I think I've done pages 1 and 2, I think. So I started top left, and I am going 10-inch square, or 10-inch, 10 by 10 square by 10 by 10 square across. So it's a full page, and I'm doing it down. So I'm doing like, so the next will be 10 crosses this way, and then I'll go the next 10 by 10 square, and then the next 10 by 10 square, and parking as I go. So I did start this as cross country. It was a nightmare, and I have since changed to parking. And parking used to scare me. The thought of parking used to scare me. I didn't understand it. So I watched a lot of videos, because I thought, how do you know where to put the thread? Like, how do you know what color that is? Like, if you are stitching here and you park your thread down here, how do you know what that color is when you come? Like, I just couldn't get it. And then I realized, oh duh, you park the thread where that next color stitch is. And when you do the gridding and work the 10 by 10, it makes sense. Oh, it's like an epiphany. So that's probably my largest WIP, and I love that one. Alright, the next is, I think, one of my designs. Sorry, I'm going to pencil it away. This is one of mine. Now, oh my gosh, it's stuck. And this is not in one of my project bags. I do need to get some more project bags for me, make some more. This is Birdhouse Blues, that's the chart. And that is a design that I created. And this is where I'm up to. I started in the middle, so that's the half of the opening of the birdhouse. See the opening of the birdhouse is that love heart? Well, that's what I'm up to. There is a lot of stitching in this, of similar colours, and a lot of confetti. So it's not an easy stitch, but when it's done, I think it's going to be beautiful. If it turns out anything like this, I'm going to love it. So that's available on my Etsy shop. Most of my patterns on my Etsy shop have not been stitched by anyone. I don't have any model stitches. If you want to be a model stitcher, please contact me. Like, it can be arranged. I did have one lady who offered to do model stitching. That didn't work out. I don't know if she didn't gel with the pattern or whatever, but it didn't work out. So yeah, if you want to be a model stitcher, let me know. I'll gladly give you a pattern to stitch up for me so I can show it. Alright, next is my very first Mirabilia. I never used to like them. Now I've fallen head over heels with them. And this is Roses of Provence, I think it's called. Yes, Roses of Provence. And again, I was really intimidated with Mirabilias. I thought you had to do them on this high count fancy fabric because that's what I see everyone doing them on. No, you can do them on Aida. Oh my goodness. When I realized that, I went, oh, right, give me all the Mirabilias I can find. I just find, because when I stitch, it's a form of relaxation of a night. I don't want to be bothered with trying to find the hole and it's too small and get frustrated and all the rest of it. It's like, I just want to sit down and stitch and be like I'm not mindless, but yeah, something that's not going to tax my poor little brain really. So I'm doing this on 18 count Aida. Pretty sure it's 18, it might even be 16 count Aida, and I think this is the right way. Yes, because I started in the middle, and that is where I have got to. That is, I think I did it for a week or something, and that is how far I have got on that. That, I believe, is her skirt. She's got the ruffle here at the front with those check patterns in it, and that is what that is there, and that's the skirt. So I am loving this, and I may have gone a bit crazy buying a few more Mirabilias since I started this one. But don't we all? Like, we're collectors really. I mean, we're never gonna get to stitch everything we have in our stash if we live to 200. So, you know, I'm a collector. If I get it stitched, I get it stitched. Okay, oh hang on, I should be putting these back in here so I'm gonna run out of room. Let me just grab them out. Grab some out, might be easier. No, I don't know. I need to come up with a system. I've got piles of stuff everywhere. You should see my office, it's a mess. Okay, next is a stocking by Dimensions. Now this kit I have had since my son was a baby. He's turning 23 this October. I've had it a while. Is it copyrighted? 2000. That's when he was born. Yeah, so Christmas stocking by Dimensions. Love it, love it, love it. And I hope to get this done this year, but I don't see it happening. So it's done on the kit Aida, and that is how far I've got. I've got a lot done, so I'm working up towards Santa's head, and then there's just the forest of trees. The bottom half is done except for back stitching, and then I'm working my way up to the trees and Santa's head, and then all that sky at the top. But what I did when I started this, I didn't read the chart properly because I'm not one for reading instructions. And the snow around here, and possibly up there, is half stitches. I didn't read that, did I? No, I did full stitches, 2 strands. So who's going to run out of floss with this one? Me. That doesn't matter. I'm sure I can, I will buy some more. But that's it. I love it. Like I said, I love Christmas stitching. So it's my favourite type of stitching to do. So that is that one. Okay. Now I'm out of whack. Right, that's this one. Oh, Christmas ornaments. I haven't actually done any of them. Waiting for Santa is what this one's called. This is from a magazine, and this was, that's not the pattern, hang on a minute. This was for Magazine Monthly Facebook group. And that is the chart. Lovely little cozy fireplace, which is you would not have in Australia at Christmas because it's already 33 degrees Celsius normally on Christmas Day. So you don't want a hot fire going on. Bad enough I have a cook a hot lunch, roast pork and all the trimmings, and then it's really stinking hot, and this is a really bad, atrocious start, and I don't know what's top and what's bottom. Maybe I had the orange at the top, like the Swigart thread at the top, but that's my measly little start. It's very sad, isn't it? There it is, that's my start. I don't even know what that is. Could be the start of a stocking. It's the start of a stocking. So I have it the right way. So I started from the middle, and that's the start of a stocking. Yeah, not much to see there, really, is there? That's done on 25 count even weave. Yeah, didn't realise I had done so little on that one. But anyway, next. Right, this is not one of my project bags. Sorry if I just moved the camera, I didn't even think about that. And it's really humid. I know, it's like 8 o'clock at night and it's still really humid. Brisbane. Ugh. Anyway, this is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. And this one I think I'm going to restart. Love the pattern. I never used to love things like this. Everything I wanted to stitch in the past used to have to be, what's the word, symmetrical. So, or, yeah, like when I look at this, was not originally pleasing to the eye because I thought it was a little hodgepodge. That's what I thought. But then when I looked closely at it and I started stitching it, I sort of went, that's really nice. I like it. Now this is a bed cloth, a bed sheet, tablecloth, whatever you want to call it. Because I started on 25 count even weave, 2/2. It's massive, 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 massive. But I think I might restart it over 1. I don't know yet. I haven't decided, but it is massive. Look how big this fabric is. Look, that's half of it. That's it lengthwise, like across. And this is the length. It's like a sheet. It's like massive, ridiculous. So I don't know. I might restart it. I started from the bottom. I don't know why. I just started from the bottom right. And fold this Goliath piece of fabric up. And I haven't stitched on this for some time because I was just felt really defeated in that it was just going to be too big. But this is my progress. So, hold on, I can't even hold it up. It's massive. Right, so I started in 20. It might not get finished this century, who knows. So, and I'm doing it all one colour. I've seen lots of people do it in beautiful colourways. And I do love it stitching. I love stitching it. But I'm just really concerned about the fabric is way too big. Like, I don't know what to do with it when it's done. Can't frame it. It'll cost thousands to frame. Won't be able to find a frame big enough, I don't think. But I'm scared that if I do it over 1, I won't be able to see it. Like over 2 is tiny. So sometimes when I look at it, I go, man, that's, dunno. But I can't do it on anything bigger. Like I'm worried that if I do it 18 count 8, that's still going to be really big. I guess I just have to work out the size, see if it's going to be smaller. But then I look at it and go, that's an awful lot of work to redo. So the jury is out on this one. I really do want to get back to it, and I folded that really badly, but anyway. I do really want to get back to it, but the size is worrying me. It's like ridiculous. It's like, I don't know, if you have any ideas, let me know on that one, because I'm a little bit stumped. Right now, let me work out. Hang on a minute. Oh my goodness. get them all out. Here we go. That one I haven't started, I don't know why it's there. These ones I've shown you. Talk amongst yourselves. Look how big my pile is. That's only the first time. We could be here a while. Alright, oh my gosh, I'm so hot. Next. How do I do this? I don't have any room. Hey, help. Oh, I might have to do this in 2 parts. This is exhausting. Alright. Next, I have a Lanard. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. This is an old kit that I had. This was for my first house after I got married. So, nearly 25 years ago. And it was a kit that I bought. There used to be a craft show at Rosehill Racecourse in Sydney. I used to go to every year. That's where I'm from, Sydney, before I moved to Brisbane. And I used to buy quite a few cross stitches and stuff there. I bought this one, and there's another one that goes with it. And I bought these to go on my bedroom wall behind my bed. Yeah, well, you can see how far I got. I hate the fabric. I really hate the fabric. It's an even weave, but it's stiff as. It is so stiff. And this is, I don't even know which way this goes. I think I started in the middle and I'm working down left bottom corner, I think. So that could be, I think that's what that is, or maybe that's the stem up towards flower. I think I might go that way. That is the stem up towards the flower. So that's the beautiful start I have on that. And I started this, was it December last year, when Laura Stitcher, pretty sure it was Laura Stitcher, had a kit start. Something about, it was for the New Year's Eve 12 starts or something like that. She decided to do 12 kits. No, I can't remember now. Oh my gosh, my memory is so bad. Anyway, I decided to play along with her, and I think it was 12 starts in 12 days. It wasn't like all on New Year's Eve, and I just chose a heap of kits to start, and that was the one that I started. Alright, I'll show you this one next, because this is the sister chart to that one. So Floral Blush is the name of these. One's portrait or something, and this is front view or something. Really love them. They're probably a bit dated now, so you know, to get married in the 90s. And this one's probably got just as much of a beautiful start. And I don't even know which way that goes, but there's my start. So not much to write home about there, but that is, yeah, I don't even know what that is. It's in the middle of the flower or something. I don't know what that is. It must be in there. I think it's in there somewhere. Yeah, anyway. Again, I hate the fabric. It is really stiff. It feels a bit funky as well. Like, I know the kits are old, but they were sealed for all those years. But I don't know what it is. I just don't like them. So I don't gravitate to them. When I want to stitch something, I won't pull them out. Alright, another old kit that I've had for a long time. It's a gold collection, and it's Bedfordshire Sunset. Love this. I love the English cottages, and if I could have my way, I would be living somewhere in English countryside. Love it. And this again, this is kit fabric. It's a grey Ada, and that's my start. I think it's the top of the window or something in the cottage. I have a feeling it's this window here. There. That I have started. I think that's it. Looks like it, hey? So that's my beautiful little start. These are all on my wheel, so they will get touched sometime this year. I will stitch on them, because that's the whole idea of having my WIP wheel. was to make sure that the projects that I don't like these, actually still get to see some love. And there's something going on in here. Look at that. What a tangled mess. Oh, yay. Yeah, so that's why I made the wheel, to make sure that things that I don't love and wouldn't pull out on my own accord do get some love. We have another Lennart. I don't even know if that's how you say it. Again, this is a really old one, and I bought this when we first got married for our spare room. It was our guest room, which was yellows and blues, and this old-fashioned 80s, so 80s, this yellow pot of flowers, but I still love it. Like, I think stitched up it'll be really, really pretty. So, but fabric again on this one, not so great. So this is my start on this one. Actually done a bit more than I thought on this one. So yeah, love the pattern. Very old-fashioned now, very dated, but stitch what you love, you know. That's what I say. You don't have to stitch what's fashionable, what all the big names in cross stitch world are stitching. If you don't want to, do your own thing. Now, I don't even know if I've started this one. It's in a great big thumping bag, a tiny little pattern to go there. I have this one. It's really old. I bought this on a D-stash group, I think, and I was no intention of making the box, but I wanted it for the Noel to make an ornament. So I think I've got another one of these as well. No, actually two more, but they're different, slightly different. So that's it. So what have I done? No, don't have the L done or any of the little flowers yet, but you would think with something this small, like it's tiny, that I would have, you know, start and finish, but no. But look at the size of the bag this is in. Like, this is the pattern. And if I took all the strong cardboard out, yeah, it's swimming in that bag. I think I need to readjust some of my, where my patterns are in, my kits are in. Alright, next one. We have a pillow. This again is a really old one. It's not going to be made into a pillow. I just love the flowers though, because I do love flowers. So this is an old Semco pillow kit. And I think this is the ones I started for the 12 starts in 12 days. And, or maybe, yeah, I don't know, but there's not much of this one done. Alright, we have a pitiful, pitiful little start. Look at that. Oh, so bad. Okay. Not even enough there to mention, really. And I apologise for this lighting. I think the next video I will have to do in the daylight and have my curtains open and have natural light. I think it's the only way to do it. Alright, next is, I don't even know if I've started this one. I've got it kitted. There's no fabric in there. Why is that in? I don't know. Anyway, I haven't started that one, so I won't show you that one. This one I have. This was for a magazine monthly challenge again. And look at this, beautiful. Now this is a notebook cover. And this is from Just Cross Stitch magazine. I think it's the birds one. They had a special birds release. And I'm stitching this in honor of our neighborhood peacock. So that is what I have done so far. Sorry. So we have a peacock that frequents our neighborhood. And he comes visiting every so often. You'll hear him up the street, down the street. Comes in the front yard, has a wander around. Sometimes he'll land on the roof for a while or go fly over the fence to the backyard. And so I decided that I needed to stitch something in honor of him. So I found that one and went, yeah, I'm going to do that one. Well, I think I have like 4 other patterns now that feature peacocks. Right, I was going to move this box and get the next one ready. Okay. Here we go. Next is, what's that say? Golfing partners. Here's another really old one. This was when we first got married as well, because my husband used to play golf. Now he just watches it on TV. It's a really old one. Elsa Williams, Golfing Partners. This was a kit. I still really like it though. I think it's because of the period of the golfing people that I really like. So I love anything old English type of Victorian era, Regency era, just love it all. So look, I even have the thread here. Now these are meant to be done individually on the two pieces of, well, you're meant to cut this fabric in half and stitch them individually. I'm going to do them on the one piece and keep them together on the one piece. So that is how far I've got. That's the gentleman. I have his jacket nearly done. I'm up to his arm where he's swinging the golf clubs, and that's the start of his trousers down there. So I got quite a bit of that done. And this has only seen a week this year, or maybe not even a week this year. So I seem to, oh, sorry, can you hear my chair? Oh dear, I seem to get a lot done on that when I decided to pull it out and stitch on it, or when the wheel decided I was going to stitch on it. Here we have another really old kit. And again, this was, so the Golfing Partners was for our first house when we first got married in 99. Then, and there's other ones when I got married as well. This one is when we moved into our house we built in 2004, I think. Yeah, this was bought in 2004 to go outside the kids' bathroom. This is called Angel Kisses. Angel Kisses. Beautiful dimensions kit. So my daughter was born in 2004. She was 2 weeks old when we moved into our newly built house. So I don't have much of this done either. And again with this one, didn't read the instructions. And what was meant to be half stitches, I have as full stitches. So just as well I have the full range of DMC that I don't have to worry if I run out. And that is what I have of this one done. So that is the skirt of the main girl. And I do have mistakes in here somewhere. There's counting is off somewhere. So some of this I'm fudging. But my theory on that is no one's going to know. And if people come to my house and pick to pieces what I've done, then they're not welcome in my house and they can just take themselves out, really. So that is that one. Again, that one I don't enjoy for some reason. I think it's because of the mistakes that I've made. It's hard to come back when you know there's such a big mistake and that it seems like everything I'm doing I'm having to fudge. Oh, anyway. This one, Arnott's Country Threads, the Arnott's bird. Stitching this for my husband. He loves all the old-fashioned signs, you know, like the Tetley tea bag, and the Pears soaps, all those advertising type things. He loves them. So when I saw this, I went, well, that's sort of like an old-fashioned poster as well. So decided I would stitch this for him. I'm glad he's a very patient man. This has taken a long time. I can't stitch on black. I find it really, really hard. Really, really hard. And I wish I had known that Q-snaps would mark the fabric, but I'm going to make it work because I thought, well, I can add more marks that make it look like the fabric's distressed and it won't be so bad. But look at that bird. I love that bird. That is just beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So I've done quite a bit on this. There's still a lot to go, but I'm pleased with how the bird's coming along. I love those bright colours, just gorgeous. So that's the Arnott's bird. And the marks, I don't know if you can see, but there's marks from the Q-snap. You probably can't see them on the fabric. I don't know if they're going to show up there. See those marks there? Yeah, the Q-snap marks the black fabric. So I've seen people put bits of felt and stuff between the fabric and the Q-snap. I might have to do that. Those marks are not going to come out, so when I go to frame it, if they look like really obvious, then I'm going to find a way to distress the fabric so that it looks like they were meant to be there and it's part of the fabric. So we'll see what happens. It'll be years before I get that done. Alright, flowers of the month. Now this was again for the magazine group, magazine monthly challenge group. I can't remember the name of it. And I think one of the themes was, and I don't know if I have the bit of paper here anymore, it was, I've got a better photo here to show. It was something to do with New Year's, so I thought, well, I'll do a calendar, like a January, February, whatever, stitch, something, and I couldn't find anything that I liked from a magazine, except I came across this. Didn't really like it when I saw them, but they're stitching up beautiful. So this is, and it's from, yeah, good question, Just Cross Stitch, April 2020. So this is an idea of what they are. They have them as flat folds. Each month there's a flat fold. I'm not doing that. They are designed by Pam Lewis and Susan Rom of Praiseworthy Stitches. So there's March, April. So it gives you an idea of what they're like. I am not doing them as a flat fold or individual. I'm doing them on the one piece of, I was going to say paper then. One piece of fabric. So, gosh, I really hope that I have my size of this fabric right, but we'll see. Oh, I should be. I'm doing 4 across 3 down. And I didn't have a lot of the colours that were called for when I started it, so I just used what I had in my stash. So that is January and February. Now the words as well, the monthly words are meant to be, there's some tiny stitch over one. I couldn't do it over 8er, so I've just changed them to a half stitch. If you can see those, the letters. So February I didn't line up that great, it's off to one side, but like I said, anyone comes to pick my work, then they can just walk straight back out the door. So I really like that one now that I'm doing it. I think maybe it's the colours that I'm doing it in or something, I don't know, but I think it looks nicer than the magazine pictures. But sometimes when you look at a cross stitch and you look at the sample picture, they don't do the actual cross stitch justice, I don't think. So here's another one for a magazine monthly group. It's Crinoline Lady. I'm just trying to find a picture. I know I have one somewhere. Oh, sorry, I just got a really itchy nose. Oh, if you only walk away from this cross stitch having a good laugh, I mean this cross stitch, oh gosh, this YouTube video having a good laugh, then you know, done my job. So this is Crinoline Lady. Again, I love the vintage vibe. Well, not the colours are not vintage, but the subject matter is. Crinoline Lady. Love it, love it, love it. This is from Just Cross Stitch Gold. I actually have the magazine here. And I was naughty and I tore it out of the magazine. Not very good English, but you know. So that's the Cross Stitch Gold one with the big poppy on it. That's the issue that I got it out of, issue number 86, and I don't think it has a month or a year. No, it just says 86. So that is that one, and this is where I'm at. I think, yeah, that's the bottom of her skirt. This is done on 25 count even weave. My Zygar, I bought a whole roll, like a whole, what are they called? Oh, my mind has gone blank. A whole bolt. Oh my gosh. So that is my Crinoline Lady so far. So that's the first tier of her skirt, and this comes down to the second tier of her skirt. And I converted the colours as well. I didn't have a few of the colours, so I substituted my own. So it's not, won't be exactly the same. And the colours, when you look up close, don't really blend properly, but from a distance they're fine. Like one of the pinks is a real apricot-y pink that I've used. And sorry about my chair, gosh. And you look up close and it's really noticeable, but from a distance you can't see. It blends quite well. So I'm not going to unpick it or redo it or change anything. Okay, next. Alright, I'll Be Home Cottages by Twin Peak Primitives, and I'm doing them all on the one piece of fabric. So that is the chart. I thought about this for a long time, this chart, and what stopped me from starting it or even buying it actually was that January has snow. It's like, we don't have snow in Australia. January, we've hardly any snow at all, the best of times. But everything I saw, because I wanted to do like a series, a monthly series thing, and everything had American for July and snow in January, and I went, oh, stop fighting it, Narelle. Just, you know, America's the biggest market. Why would someone design something for piddly little Australia? So I got over and went, I'm just going to stitch it because I love it. Again, on a bed sheet. This is, fabric is, I know it, Rustico. 16 count, I think. And I'm going to have to do this in stages because it is a bed sheet and it is very big. So there we have January. Sorry, it's washing out a little bit. Let me just show month by month. So I have done January. Love it, even though there's snow. And then we have, next comes February. Beautiful. There's a lot of stitching in these houses. And then comes March. I did March only a few weeks ago, and I'll tell you what, I couldn't wait to finish it because it's a lot of stitching. No, actually I must have done, no, it was April I was thinking of, sorry. This is March. Lovely. And then April. I did April last month, that's right. So here we have April. And April was where I was thinking, oh my gosh, there is so much stitching in this house. But it is an enjoyable stitch, and I do love it. And I love the bunnies and the Easter eggs for April. So that is that one. I want to try and keep this one up this year, keep going with it, and get it finished by the end of the year. And I'm sort of like a month ahead, so I've done April. So I'm thinking in April I should stitch May house, and then if I keep going like that for the year, then I'll have it finished before the end of the year. And here's another one that I don't even think I've started. I've got it kitted, but I haven't. There's not a single stitch in this piece of fabric. Anyway, it's taking up a valuable bag, seriously. So I won't show you that one. Next, Rose Alphabet. So this is a kit again from ages ago. It's a DMC kit. Love it because I love flowers, I love roses, I love shabby chic, and I just think this is stunning. Love this. So that is the pattern, and this is how much I have done. I really like stitching this. It's just kit fabric, so it's an 8er of some count, and that is what I've done. Love it. I think like everyone, like when you see all this, you haven't stitched on them for a while, it's like, I really want to stitch that one now. And then the next one you look at, oh, I really want to stitch that one now. This was, I don't even know how I came across this one. This kit might have been a D-Stash group, I don't know. It's Design Works, it's an old one. Jane Elliott, if you sprinkle. I'm looking for a date. I don't see a date. But if you sprinkle. So if you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the seatie. It's a very 80s look, isn't it? But I think that's really cool. I don't want to put that in our bathroom, our toilet. I think that'd be really cool. So this was a kit one that I did with Laura Stitcher. Decided to do the 12 kits in 12 days, or the 12 starts in 12 days, something like that. And I didn't really get much done. That's all I got done. So I think it was like I had to do, I can't remember the parameter, it was like 100 stitches or something. So I would start the kit, do my 100 stitches or so, and then put it away to continue on whatever was my normal stitch for that week. So I think that's the start. No, that's her sleeve in the middle. I would have started from the middle. I think that's her sleeve there. So I don't think that one will take long when I really get serious about doing it. So I hope that comes up on my wheel soon and I can get that done. Next. Alright, excuse the mess. This is a Shannon Christine design. And I got this off her Etsy shop. Excuse the mess, but I craft here. So I'm lucky to have an office where I used to do paper crafting. Paper crafting was my business until last year, when I decided to give all that away. And now I'm really heavily into the cross stitch, so I've made that my business now. So I have, you can probably see over there on the bookshelf where I can't point, a lot of that is my scrapbooking supplies, which I'm gradually selling off. I'm over the paper crafting, the card making, the scrapbooking, all that. I did that for about 10 years, over it now. So I'm selling all that off. So that's what you can see over there. You can see my stash of bags, my stock of bags at the moment that I've made, sitting there waiting for someone to buy them. Anyway, this is Excuse the Mess, but I craft here. Now I just chose a cream piece of Ada from my stash. I don't have a big fabric stash, but this worked. I have plans for the letters to go around them in back stitching, picking out either the pink or the aqua colour to go around to make them stand out. So there's not a whole lot of this one left to do, really. There's just a few words and all the stuff around the edges. So I really love her stuff. It just really appeals to me. So that is Excuse the Best and Excuse the Mess by Shannon Christine. Alright, we are nearly, I think we're halfway through. So sorry. Alright, this next one is one I did test. And this is the first cross stitch I did when I said I wanted to come back to cross stitching in 2018, whenever it was. And this is the one I bought from Spotlight. That was hideously expensive. Anyway, it's a DMC Cooktown Orchids. Pretty, because I love flowers, and it's pink. So, but I have made a serious mistake in this somewhere way back, and I'm not going to unpick it. I'm not even going to look for it. But it has put off some of the flowers, and that is why I don't like stitching on it. I'm well and truly over it, but I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to finish it. But this is where I am, because I only have a few more flowers to go. Like, I think there's only like one more flower on this way or something or other. So I do plan to finish it. It is pretty. It is very pretty. But like I said, the mistake I made, it took a long time for me to realize that I had made a mistake. So that ruined it, really. But anyway, I'll keep going. Alright, here we go. This is another one for Magazine Monthly Challenge. I think this was the very first one when I joined the group. I'll tell you, actually, I've got the sheet. September 2020, that's when the group started. I'm pretty sure it is. And the theme was autumn or fall. And I found this squirrel picture, which I love. Love it. We don't have squirrels in Australia, well, not that I know of. But I fell in love with this, and he's still going, sadly. Oh, all this time later, and he's still going, not finished. And I didn't have a lot of colours back then, so I just chose what colours that I had. So he does look a little bit different. His colouring is a little bit different, not perfect, but the squirrel's done. Now it's just all the flowers around the outside edge. I still love him. I still think he's gorgeous. So that's my squirrel. I call him Squirrel Hoop. He is from Cross Stitch Designs magazine. This is a digital one, pages 82 to 86, but I don't think I can tell you what year or month. Wait a minute. 365 Cross Stitch Designs. Looking for a page that's got a month or something on there, and I'm not seeing it. Don't know. Just 365 Cross Stitch Designs. Couldn't even tell you what year. I think it would have been 2020 or something. I don't know. But I do love that squirrel. Love, love, love that squirrel. Right, next. Nearly done this second tub. Anne Morrison. This is my very first sampler. I do have some more, but I haven't stitched them. This is my first foray into samplers, and I must say they used to intimidate me something bad again, because everyone I saw showing them on FlossTube showed the really high counts of fabric, the 36s, the 40s, the whatever ridiculousness goes on past that. And I felt really intimidated, and they all stitched them on linen, and I went, that's not me. I don't think I could stitch linen, and I don't think I can stitch the really high counts. So for some reason I fell in love with this. It wasn't exclusive for a shop in Canada, can't remember their name now, Traditional Stitches I think, and I ordered it from Canada, and I do love it. Now I'm stitching it on 25 count even weave, so it again is going to be quite big, and I've done half of it basically, or a little bit more than half I guess, but I went down, straight down, and so it's going to be quite big when it's framed. That's it, that's nearly at the bottom. So I'll show you in sections. I do love it, love, love, love it. And this was my first time ever doing those Smyrna crosses, you know, the eyelets, whatever they're called. So really, really pretty. I do love it, and like I said, I have bought quite a few charts since then, a few samplers since then. So, but this is my very first sampler, and I'm not intimidated by them anymore. And I've actually just said to myself, because I ordered the Affendel sisters, I don't know how you say it, from Stitching Time in Hobart. I ordered them last week, and they are stunning, waiting for them to arrive. And hang on a minute, did they arrive today? Oh no, I got delivery today from a Stitching Time from Hobart, and then went, hang on, they went in there. No, because it was my market shop that got delivered. Anyway, and I said that's it, I can't buy any more samplers because I do have quite a few. So I need to stitch what I have, no more buying. I put myself on a buying freeze, I think. Okay, this is my homage to my remembrance piece for 9/11. I'm not American, I have no ties to America whatsoever, but I think what happened on 9/11 was a tragedy for the whole world. It changed the whole world and how we all live and how we all think. So, and because it was the 20th anniversary, I decided to start this on the 20th anniversary. Sweet Land of Liberty from Cherry Hill Stitchery. I got this off her Etsy shop, I think. So I love this. I wanted something that wasn't too blatantly American, so I didn't want like a big American flag or something like that, but I still want it to be American, if that makes sense. So this is the pattern that I chose, and this is my progress. So I love it. It's a beautiful little stitch. This is on, looks like a 16 count Aida. I've put it on in cream, so it's going to be bigger than they show, because I think they've got theirs on a linen. But like I said, it doesn't worry me. I'm going to stitch on what I'm comfortable stitching on. So I love that one, and I think I even got the Weeks Dye Works, my first foray into specialty flosses. I even got the called for Weeks Dye Works to go with it. Normally I just stitch with Aida. I'm pretty simple my selections. Alright, so that is that one. That'll probably come back out, if it's not called for by my wheel before September, it will come out and have a go at September 11, on September 11. This one is in here, not kitted, so I don't even know why that's in there. This is another magazine monthly challenge start. I think the theme was winter. Might have been. So Winter Bluebird. Thought he was really cute. So that is from, I don't know, in a minute. Just Cross Stitch Magazine, February 2018. And like I said, I don't think to look in magazines. You know, I've got a whole stack of them on top of my bookshelf over. You can't see them, they're off camera. I need to look at them more. I should not be buying new charts and new kits with all the magazines I have to go through. And plus with digital subscriptions, it's like, oh, I have no excuse. Anyway, here's my little Winter Bluebird. He's quite cute. Again, I changed the colours. When I started this, I didn't have the complete selection of DMC. So I just chose what I had that I thought would be a good substitute. He's cute, a little blue, but I do like stitching birdies. Birdies and flowers are a favourite. So there's that one. So that's the end of the second tub. We have one more tub to go through. Oh, itchy nose. Which is just kits, and I don't think all of them are started. So, no, I could... No, that's haul. I'll show that next time. That is haul that I've just shoved in there as well. This is on that I've started. This is on that I've started. Alright, so they're haul. Next time. Okay. Here we go. So again, this is a really old one that I bought when my daughter was a baby. So she was born in 2014. It's a Bosilla kit called Fancy Shoe. Okay, Fancy Shoe. Now, I bought this to go in my daughter's room. She's 18 and not the slightest bit girly. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But I've got it. I'll stitch it and then I'll decide what to do with it. And that is what I've got. So this was a kit start for the 12 starts in 12 days for, I did that with Laura Stitch On. And I just really loved stitching this because it was pretty mindfulness. Like, you didn't have to think too much, you just had to count every so often, leave a gap. So it was pretty simple. So I got quite a bit done on that one, which I was pleased with. So again, that's a really old kit. I do have a sister chart for this of a little dress, so I'm sure it's somewhere here. Here's another old kit, another Bosilla, vintage shoes. I bought this to go in the hallway of my first house after I was married because it had that sort of vibe in the house. So this one, again, I just started this. I had this all that time since early 2000s, and I just started stitching it. And this is what I've got done. So this is the middle shoe, the blue and white striped shoe. It's this beautiful, beautiful fabric to stitch on in this kit. It's so, so soft. It's gorgeous. It's a really small count, big count, I should say. What is it on? 28 count. See, I don't think I could go anything higher than that because I struggle with this. Like, I have these magnifying things that I put on. They look ridiculous, but they work really well. One day I'll show you them because they're absolutely ridiculous, but I love them. And I'm not sure I could stitch on anything higher. 28 count I think might be my limit. You know, as you get older and with diabetes, your eyesight's not that great anyway. So I'm trying to kick the diabetes. I'm nearly there. Nearly there. Alright, next one. This was a D-stash purchase. I don't know why I bought it. I think because it had cherubs on it. And my wedding theme was cherubs. So I think I bought it for that. So it's a Jan Lin kit. It's called Chorus of Angels. Sorry about the glare. So I thought that was really nice. I love that vintagey type of thing. So I started this recently. Again, I think it was a 12 new starts in 12 days or something, and I can't even find where I am. This is a huge, when I opened this, I got the shock of my life. Look how big this fabric is. That is massive. Oh my gosh, I didn't think this was so big. Now I can't even find, that's the back. Hang on a minute. Can't even find the front. Really stiff Ada they've used in this kit. Now, hopefully I'm at the top. Oh yes. Here we go. And that's what I've got done. See the little cherub? See the little cherub? Can you see him? That's the little dude here in the middle. See that little dude there leaning on mum? Oh, there he is. That little dude there? That's him. How cute is he? He's so cute. So that is my start on that one. This one is quite a bit bigger than I thought it was. So I was really shocked when I opened it and looked at the fabric and went, ha, 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 ha. Nasty. Oh my gosh, that's not going in now. Okay, let's put it in this side. No, let's put that away later. That will take too long. I need to get a project bag for that one because it won't fit back in the plastic. Okay, so next we have my first Bothy threads kit. I know there's a huge following for Bothy threads. And I love nutcrackers, so I bought this one, a Christmas nutcracker. Love it. Even though it's on dark fabric, it's navy blue. It does take a bit to stitch on, like, because I don't like stitching on black, and navy is just as bad. But anyway, and here we go. This is, I think that's the top. If you can hear that noise, it's my husband going to work. That's the garage door, and then there's a bang of the car door against my office window because the garage is just next to me there. Anyway, so that is how much I've got done of the nutcracker. So that's his chest there, and I think that's part of his arm. That section's going to be white. That's his little epaulets on his shoulders. So yeah, nutcracker. That again was a kit start. If I repeat myself, you know, just tell me. Okay, you said the same thing 3 times, Namel. Sometimes my brain doesn't work that great. Okay, so that's nutcracker. If you've made it this far, thank you for hanging in. Alright, next we have another Bothy kit, Through the Looking Glass. This is Alice in Wonderland. I love that. That is just stunning. Really, really nice. So, oh, so many things. So little time. Okay, I think here, that is my start, and that would be Alice's dress in the middle. That's all that I've got done. So I didn't put much time into these. It was, like I said before, get my 100 stitches or my hour in, or whatever the parameter was, and then go back to my normal stitches. So that is that one. Alright, next we have another peacock one. Like I said, I started getting obsessed with peacocks after we had our peacock visit. This is a Dimensions kit. Indian, something it's called. Payon Indian peacock. So I love this, stunning. And this is my little start. There's the top. I think that is the way it goes. I don't know. Yeah, because I think I was working down the tail. So that is my little start at the peacock. Not much to see there, hey? I think it'll be beautiful when it's done, but I'm surprised how small the fabric is for the picture. I thought that would be bigger. I don't know why, I just did. But I suppose I don't need anything too big. It's not like, you know, I'm going to have wall space to put all these anyway. Okay, the next one. This is homage to my late mother. This is Simplicity Vintage. She was a sewer. She made all my clothes growing up. She made her own wedding dress. She made bridesmaids' dresses. Phenomenal sewer. Many a night would go to sleep with the sound of the sewing machine in the background when I was growing up. So when I saw this, I went, yes, that is going to be on my wall. Homage to my late mother. She tried for many years to teach me to sew. I wasn't interested. I couldn't get it. And then what would you know? 6 months to a year after she passed away, I started making quilts. Swear to God, I don't know why. I just started making quilts, and then I've gone on from there, and now my business is all about sewing. So I can't figure that out. But anyway, poor mum. If only I had listened and was interested in when she was trying to show me and explain things. But sorry mum, I didn't. Wasn't me at the time. Now I sew every day. This is my little start. Not much to see. It's the lady's dress, the blue lady in the middle. I started with kits. I start from the middle because I'm never sure how big a margin they have allowed. So if it's a kit, I always start from the middle. Other ones, then I measure the fabric out, and I know I can pretty well get it right. And I start from the top left. But this is a kit, so start at the middle. Not much to see there either. We are nearly done. There's probably about 6 more to go. I think there's a few actually in this tub that I've kitted up but not started, that are not kits. I can see some on earth there. Okay, this again is a really old purchase from the 80s. I love gardening. That was in anticipation, I think, of getting married. No, actually it might have been because when I lived at home with mum and dad, I used to love gardening. I redid the back garden in the corner. Used to always have pots on the front patio of flowers. So I think I was in that phase. Bought this and fell in love with it. Or saw it and fell in love with it. Yes, 96. Gosh. There's a vintage chart for you. Again, this is a kit. It's a dimensions kit. Don't know if I said that. This is, oh, this one had the needle in it. I remember now. I think it goes this way. It actually had the needle left in the fabric all those years I had it in my wardrobe, and it left this lovely rust mark where the needle was. Can you see that? Lovely. So I'm hoping that's in the margin. I hope they give me enough fabric that that's in the margin and you're not going to see it when it's framed. But there's my start. So that's the top of the basket over here, or is it? No, it's a watering can. So the watering can in the middle. That is the top of the watering can handle. That's part of the watering can. Not a lot to see, but you know, it's a start. And that's what I love doing sometimes, just starting things. And gives you lots of variety to go back and stitch on things later when you don't want to start something. I think we are nearly done. Oh, that's not. Hang on a minute. I think all the rest of these I haven't started, they're just kitted. So we are down to the last 2. So this is my parent one to the fancy shoe. This is Mon Amy. Beautiful little girly dress. A lot of this is not stitched. That's like a cardboard frame that goes around it. You stitch the white section there with the crisscrosses on it. But I think this bit, if I remember rightly, is actually a cardboard frame. So this is, yes, it's a cardboard frame. So this is my little star. I actually liked doing this when I started because it's really, really pretty. So I kept going. I did more than an hour on this one. Obviously, I think I spent quite a long time on this one. Love that dress detail. I don't know if you can see, it's not picking up that great because the lighting's horrible. That dress is so, so pretty. Mint green and pink. Can never go wrong with mint green and pink. Pretty, pretty. So that is that one. And then we have one more. I think that's right. I think that's... Oh, if I find anything else, I'll show you next time. Okay, and then my last one has a needle in it. Right over there. Is Needle Treasures by MJ Hummel, I don't know. Hummel. Follow the leader. This was stitched, well, I was going to stitch this for our house. Moved into in 2004. I think was going to go outside the kids' rooms. There's the date is not on there, so I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that was going to be for that house. I don't think I planned to put anything on the hall walls in the first house, and I don't know which way this goes, but it's only little. Heaps of leather. I thought must go that way. Heaps of leather. I thought. I hope that's the right way. No, that way. Yes, because that's the boys' trousers and the start of the girls' apron. So that's the boys' where is it? Boys' trousers and the start of that bottom of that apron is what I have. All right, there we go. So not a very big start. You really got to look at the picture to tell which way it goes. Alright, so that is it. They are all my WIPs. I don't know how many there is. I did at one stage when I put them in the tiny wheel, I had 42 or 45 or something like that. If you counted them, let me know. If you want to go back and watch it and rewatch it and count them, let me know. Crazy if you do, because that's a lot of the time you won't get back. But that is my little cross-stitching world. And thank you. Sorry. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said at the start, I don't know how regular these videos will be. Probably not weekly, probably fortnightly or monthly, something like that. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking through to the end if you've watched the whole thing. I'd appreciate it if you liked this video. Comment below, let me know what you thought of any of the projects, if you need or want any information on anything that I've got in my WIPs, anything about the Project Bag of the Month Club, or just any comments whatsoever. I would love to connect with you, and subscribe if you like this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will say bye for now. So happy stitching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.